Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the startup area. I might wait a second for that lady. All right, thank you very much is the first thing I want to say as well. Thank you very much for finding us here and for actually showing all your interest and maybe even providing some questions for our innovators and founders from diverse perspectives of mobility. For the next hour and a half, you will have diverse pitches from very diverse areas of mobility pitching from actually more than 18 countries. Not all of them will be here in the next hour and a half, but we will have a few more pitching sessions. Before we do that, I also want to say hello to everybody on our live stream over there around the world. We're very happy that you're live here with us as well. And once I say pitching and I say innovators wanting to introduce their ideas, we also, of course, need a kind of evaluation in order to find out who should be the winner on Thursday. And that's not me, and unfortunately, that's also not you for today who is voting, but we do have three very interesting people who want to judge, who want to listen very carefully, and who do have a lot of experience in mobility and in logistics and infrastructure. So you three, maybe you introduce yourselves and say a little bit about why you're here and what you're actually looking for.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Aline. So my name is Simon Herzog. I'm from Unternehmertum, the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation in Munich. And together with our colleagues from Digital Hub Logistics in Hamburg, we were the curators of this startup area here. So we made the selection of the 42 teams here. Yeah, my background is engineering, and I'm really curious on the inventions we will be presented today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Too many microphones. Wow, never happened before.
Okay, good afternoon. So I'm Stefan Dreher. I'm working at Ertico, ITS Europe, so one of the organizers of this conference. I'm working on connectivity, automation, and blockchain. So I'm very interested indeed in all the innovative technologies that we can bring to transport and mobility to improve it for everybody. And yeah, so looking forward to this presentation.
Thank you, Stefan.
Yes, my name is Shambu Nakpal. My background is logistics, innovation, entrepreneurship. Currently, I'm working at Funke Logistics in the sector of last mile solutions. So I'm looking forward to listen to a lot of nice startups today.
Nice startups. Let's see about that. Before we see the first pitch, I actually have someone coming up giving a few hints how they actually started from being a startup to actually becoming a real company, so to say now. So let's give it up and say hello to Alex from GridMatrix.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much. My name is Alexander Meister. I'm with GridMatrix now in my 5th year, I think. Actually, growing up means pitching, doing a lot of pitches, winning pitches. Unfortunately, or luckily, we won one of the biggest contests, the Microsoft Imagine Cup, back in 2013, with an idea. And the idea was all about how can we make traffic holistically better. So we can actually distribute traffic in any given infrastructure with an unlimited number of vehicles. And today, luckily, we are here and we want to give back to the community that the details matter. Details matter, and the beliefs that you have in your idea. You need to get the details straight, and you need to continue to believe in your vision. If you don't have the vision, if you run around and do projects instead of following the mission or the vision, then you will be lost. So take that piece of advice, continue to follow your mission, and one day, hopefully, you will be the sponsor of the startup area here in Hamburg. Thank you very much, and good pitching.
Thanks, Alex. He will actually contribute such a know-how piece, or let's see if it is, for the next few pitches as well, so let's look forward to that. So one last information from my side before Esti from Spain is actually starting here. I just want to make sure that you all know what the jury is looking for. So when are they actually voting for a startup to be really interesting and should actually be a winner? Well, we talked to those guys before, and first of all, and most importantly, they are looking for the relevance. Are they actually addressing a topic where there's a real pain, where there is a real big market, or are they just following any idea they might have had? The second one is capabilities. Are they the right team? Do they have the right resources or know-how or maybe network to actually make this idea or vision possible? And of course, we're always looking for a wow effect. Is this a really new thing? Is it just new to them or new to the industry? Or, let's be brave, maybe even new to the world. And there is a bonus. I don't know what those three guys understand as a bonus, but we might hear about it later on. All right, that's it. And now Esti is already waiting over there, and I want to introduce you. Come up and tell us all about ASIMOB.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, every year we have over 23,000 people killed in the roads only in Europe. Now, there are many factors when there are a car crash, but one of the factors that affects about 30% of the accidents is the road infrastructure, the elements of the roads. And within the infrastructure, improving road signage has proven to be the most cost-effective way to reduce the number of accidents in our roads, between 24 and up to 87%. Now, to make sure that road infrastructure traffic signage is okay, public authorities need to do inspections, but detailed, thorough inspections are slow and labor-intensive. They are dangerous, and they are normally done fully manual processes, especially out of the main highway. So these inspections are done every several years, if ever. Now, there is a real need of improvement in our roads. Oops, sorry. To do better inspections, we need to make them more frequent inspections in our road. And for that, we need a flexible process that is easy to do and affordable, and that provides traceable results. So we need to make the most of new technologies and automation. Now, ASIMOB has developed such a solution. We install small, lightweight IoT devices, commercial devices, on board the maintenance teams, the vehicles of the maintenance team, that will automatically gather video and data of the roads without disturbing the driver and send them to the cloud. There, we analyze this data, this video, to extract the relevant elements, and we make them available to the road maintenance team through an easy-to-understand and very useful interface. Now, with this system, we can perform automated traffic sign inventories. We can support the teams in the regular monitoring of these inventories. We enable remote monitoring of signage in roadworks areas, or we can detect, evaluate, and classify irregularities in the road surface. Now, road maintenance is a B2G business, and maintenance teams can have our services as a SaaS subscription, and they can dramatically increase the effectiveness of their work while reducing the number of accidents. And the system is affordable enough to be deployed in any type of road, including the secondary road networks, which are the most deadly ones. This is the team. We are senior technical profiles with experience in different areas of the business, ITS, technical service, software development. We've been awarded several prizes and recognitions. Last one came last week from the International Road Federation, by the way. And we have experience with public authorities and maintenance companies. So we are ASIMOB, and we keep roads safe. Thank you.
So thanks a lot for the great speech. So did I get it right that an onboard unit is necessary for taking images? So if yes, my second question is, isn't it possible, since more and more cars are equipped with cameras, that you go directly to these camera images so that every Tesla, every Volkswagen, and so on is able to deliver data for your system?
Okay, we want to be able to deploy things really, really easy, and we find that negotiating this kind of things with automotive sector is slow and it's quite hard. So we are using commercial devices that we can buy and we can deploy as easy as there. So and it's very cheap as well. So for the moment, we are using our own images. Although we have worked with images gathered by third parties, we can work with them as well. And we will be ready to work with those images as soon as they are available.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well from my side for the presentation. So, quick question. So I did not understand, is it your own vehicles or you are working with public authorities or with operators to get these? So how many partnerships do you have then in order to collect the data?
Roads are in charge of a maintenance team. So we work together with the maintenance teams and we normally use their vehicles. Although now we are preparing in a proposal in a city, and we're going to use the police cars because it's automated. They don't need to do extra work. They just press one button and then go, and everything is automatic. So we can work with any fleet vehicle.
We're almost out of time, but a short question. So let's say you have someone who using your SaaS license. The data you gathered, will it be available for everybody or just the people who are paying your services?
We work for maintenance people, and we have our AI models specific for what they care for. Now, some of that data would be very, very useful if authorities, road authorities, make it public for navigation services and so on, so that they make sure that navigation services follow their authorities' rules. Perfect. It would be, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, SD. Hands up again for her. That's it. All right, we stay with the roads. Our next startup is coming from Canada, and it is Blue City Technologies with Assad. He's trying to make traffic more efficient, as I heard. Let's hear more about it. Assad, hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Assad Lassani. I'm CEO and co-founder of Blue City Technology. Blue City is a software company based in Canada. We built a multimodal traffic monitoring system using LiDAR technology. So, as you probably know, there are three main types of technologies used widely in traffic when it comes to monitoring and data collection. Inductive loop detectors and radar-based solutions, mainly for traffic operation use cases that we need to have reliable data under different weather and lighting conditions. But the challenge with those technologies are mainly providing data about cars and not other type of road users such as pedestrians and cyclists. So that's why we started deploying camera-based solutions for applications that we need multimodal coverage, but cameras comes with the lack of reliability under harsh environment, snow, rain, low lighting conditions. And the other issue is that there's always concern with camera-based technologies. So that's where Blue City comes in with a turnkey solution using LiDAR technology. The core of our solution is an AI-powered perception software that sits on top of any LiDAR and basically converts raw LiDAR data into real-time object detection, classification, and tracking. And this is where we pass this information using our APIs to different layers of applications for traffic operations, safety improvement, and planning use cases. And the reason that we're seeing this technology as the next generation of traffic monitoring technologies because it basically addresses the challenges of existing technologies. It works in different weather and lighting conditions. We have been proving this with different pilot projects in different environments and the lighting environments as well. At the same time, it provides detailed information about how people are moving and classifying the road users. That's why we are basically using this as a replacement for camera-based solutions at the same time. There is no privacy issue with LiDAR-based solutions, as well as it's really easy to install. Typically, we need one single sensor at the corner of the intersection to monitor the entire intersection, which dramatically reduces the cost of the installation and maintenance for municipalities. So there are two components with our system. The first one is a standalone solution that sits just at the corner of the intersection. We connect it to the traffic controller. We provide real-time traffic data for actuation. At the same time, we're transferring all this information to our SaaS platform, which we convert this information into ready-to-use insights on safety improvement, as a surrogate safety analysis, as well as how the traffic operation works at the intersection in real time. So over the past 12 months, we have been deploying our technology in more than 15 municipalities in North America, Europe, and China as well. And this is a growing project, pilot project. Some of those pilot projects already has been converted to larger scale deployment. As an example, we deployed 15 intersection with New Jersey DOT, and we recently got a big project with City of Irvine in California it's funded by Department of Energy in the US. And we're looking to expand in Europe, and if you are also interested about our future round of investment as well, so please come and visit us at our booth. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your speech. So maybe could you explain again a little bit more in detail why you go to LiDAR and not to camera technology? So because it's quite costly to equip every intersection with $20,000 with a LiDAR system.
Yeah, first of all, for traffic operation use cases, we need a sensing technology, mainly inductive loops or radar. If you compare this pricing, it's very similar and it's even cheaper. If you compare with loops or inductive or radars, you need one per each approach. With ours, it's one single sensor. And then when you compare the price of the existing technologies, like radar-based solution, it costs 30 to 35K. So we want to target initially that market as a replacement of those technologies after the lifespan, which makes sense to invest in the capital cost of the hardware components. But the reason that we're not using LiDAR camera is because for traffic operation, it's really essential to have a system that works under snow, rain, sunlight, low lighting condition. This is one aspect. And there's the other one is this concern with GDPR and privacy issues. Putting more cameras, it's always the challenge for privacy as well. So these are two main reasons to use LiDAR.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you mentioned connected cars as well. So do you have the plan to expand the solution with also connected car data?
Yeah, so we are already engaged in a couple of projects related to V2X application. One of our projects in Helsinki in Finland, which is basically the reason that we could detect the object reliably, especially pedestrian. We're working with a couple of partners that we're sharing this information with connected vehicles. So if they are approaching the intersection, they have a better understanding of what's going on at the intersection. Besides V2X, there are some 5G activities that we're doing in Canada with Rogers, which is one of the biggest telco in Canada.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Asad. Thank you, Joey. I'm very curious about the bonus points here they are discussing already. While they're discussing, I'm going to introduce our next startup, actually coming from Germany. Let's say hello to Tui from Dashfactory.
So, hello everyone, I'm Tui from Dashfactory GmbH. And our aim is to digitalize and also improve the cycling infrastructure. Dashfactory is divided into two sectors, the dash bike and the dash track. So you can see clearly the problem we have here, too close overtaking. And this is when the dash bike comes into play. Dash bike is the first dash cam for cyclists that is privacy compliant. You can easily install the dash bike under the bike saddle, and the dash bike can measure the overtaking distance. And when the overtaking distance falls under 1.5 meter, dash bike, the video sequence will be saved in the dash bike. Our dash bike has various functions. For example, GPS, distance measurement, a HD camera, crib mount system, and also day and night light. Dash bike can be easily connected to your smartphone app via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and the recorded data by dash bike could be transported to the smartphone app. And then the cyclist can generate PDF file as evidential metadata to use for legal purposes. So the dash track, what can we do with dash track? Cyclists can improve the cycling infrastructure sustainably with dash track. As you know, dash bike collect data from cyclists, and the collected data will be imported to the Dashfactory cloud, and there the data will be analyzed anonymously. From there, heat maps and dashboards will be generated, and the heat maps and dashboards could be then implemented in the urban data platform of individual city. Therefore, bike lanes can be improved through cycling engineering construction. Here you can see the market volume of dash bike. Dashcam is one of the fastest growing product in the electronic consumption. And we can see here the market volume of dash rack. By 2022, we will achieve 8.2 million in revenue. And we are a team of currently 13 people. We have independently developed a market-ready product called Dash Bike, and also a corresponding app for iOS and also Android. We have also developed an urban data platform called Dash Cloud. So we want you. We are looking for a co-investor for 2 million euros for personal growing and also to scaling internationally. We want to develop a low-cost version and also a front version of Dash Bike, and also develop the urban data platform, the Dash Cloud. Here you can see our team, and many thanks for your listening.
So thanks a lot. So my first question is, so it is obviously beneficial for a municipality to see the quality of the cycling paths on the one hand, and on the other hand, if a crash appears, one can detect who was affected. Yeah, but from this point of view, who has to pay for your solution? The municipality or the cyclist, or who is it?
So there are two groups who will pay for our solution. First is the individuals, the cyclists who purchase the dash bike. It's a one-time purchase. They purchase the dash bike, and the app is corresponding with the dash bike. They will get the app. And secondly, the second group is the cities or the governments. So it's B2G and B2B. They will buy the data, the raw data or the analyzed data, so that they can improve the cycling infrastructure, the bike lanes, according to our solutions, according to our recommendations.
Thank you.
How many dash cams have you sold in Germany? I forgot the number.
So we're currently in the production phase. We did a crowdfunding campaign, and we have 1,100 pre-orders. So till December, we will receive the first 1,000 dash bikes, so that we can deliver the dash bikes to customer. And we plan to produce 20,000 dash bikes yearly.
Okay, but right now, nowhere in the world anybody's using your product.
Because our product is the first privacy compliant dash cam. So any other product before is not privacy compliant. We had it checked and we had it approved. And secondly, our dash bike can record and also save the evidential metadata, so that you can use it in court or you can use it for legal purposes.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Applause, please, for Tui.
Thank you, Tui. All right, we're going back over the Atlantic, and we have another team from the US. From San Francisco, we have GridMatrix here with Madison and Nick, and we're gonna find out what AI actually has to do with traffic. Come on up. Woo. Yeah. Clap your hands together.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Nick DeAndre, and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of GridMatrix. It's super exciting to be here at the ITS World Congress in Hamburg. I'm here to tell you what we're building, so let's get started. So we're here to tackle traffic congestion, but really it's so much more than that. It's the 40% of accidents that happen at intersections, and also the associated emissions from idling. We see three primary causes for this problem: city growth and infrastructure that just can't keep up, legacy systems of single-use hardware, and walled gardens and data silos that prevent cities from maximizing the power of their data. Our software-only solution connects to any infrastructure that a city already has. If you have cameras, if you have loops, if you have radar, we'll work with that data, we'll stream it in real time, and we'll turn it into insights that you can use, visualize, adaptively time your signal lights, and also predict traffic and accidents before they happen. Here's a short video to explain how it works.
No matter where you look, cities are looking to reduce vehicle congestion, make their streets safer for pedestrians and cyclists, and be greener. What they might find surprising is that these solutions are already in reach. The answer isn't making new and expensive investments in more hardware, but unlocking new possibilities from the infrastructure they've already built. Cities around the world already monitor their road networks for congestion and safety with cameras, loops, and more. But what if their infrastructure could do more than they thought possible? Cities can unlock the full potential of their infrastructure and understand what's happening on their streets right now. GridMatrix's software uses advanced analytics for road user detection and trajectory tracking to deliver real-time insights. From predicting traffic congestion and accidents before they happen to adaptively timing signal lights to changing road conditions, GridMatrix's platform immediately transforms any city's streets into more efficient, safer, and cleaner networks for vehicles and pedestrians.
So we've engaged more than 15 cities across the United States with a combined population of more than 14 million people. Our approach to R&D has been endorsed by states, cities, and multiple private traffic engineering firms across the United States. So here to tell you more about our company and our team is our Chief of Staff.
Hi, I'm Madison Harris, and I'm the Chief of Staff at GridMatrix. We were founded this past January when our team spun out of Apple to become a long-term partner for cities to help solve their transportation objectives through a software-only approach. This is our team. We are 9 tech professionals with over 100 years of experience and 22 patents across America's leading technology companies and government agencies, from Apple, Amazon, Google, and NASA. We've built and shipped products that billions of people use every day, and we are going to do that again and build the next generation of mobility technology. Thank you, and we'll open up for questions.
So thanks a lot for your speech. Maybe in one sentence, what is the difference to your most important competitor?
Less than 1 second in latency, 200 milliseconds. So we have real-time data. You can see 24/7, 365, exactly what's happening right now.
Okay. Yep. Thanks a lot. Do we have questions from the audience?
No questions, guys? Nothing?
And from my jury colleagues? Oh, yeah.
Maybe in the front, front.
So you focus on intersections, is that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, and then expanding to the rest of the city infrastructure?
Yes.
Okay, and your focus is on safety or on traffic optimization?
So it really depends by the city and by the intersection. We found that in the core of the downtown, most cities are worried about congestion, but as you get towards the periphery of the city and there are interaction zones between densely populated urban areas and suburban areas, they're more focused on safety. So it really depends on the location within a city and also city to city.
Okay, and your pricing and business model, how you make money?
We're a SaaS company and we do a subscription service by intersection.
How much?
Approximately $5,000 for the first tier, and then it scales from there depending on what exactly you're looking for beyond just visualization. Sure.
Okay, that's it. Oh no, we have one more question. Hang on.
Do you want to answer?
Frank Downs, Ertico, nice presentation. Of course, you're from the USA, but in Europe, maybe these type of functionalities are part of tenders that are written out by the authorities, or how do you see this? How do you gain business with the authorities, with the cities, or that's not your customer, or?
So cities are a customer, and we engage them directly. So we reach out in conversations, conferences like this. We talk to public works directors, departments of transportation, and we talk to traffic engineers who are ultimate users and built with their feedback in mind.
And okay, and then you try to win the tender.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you guys, and thanks you too.
Sure, thank you.
Give your hands up. Well, I want to invite you to actually position your questions as well. So after a pitch, if you do have a question, maybe you raise a hand so that we know if the jury is the focus or if it's your questions, all right? So you're invited to actually ask. And the next opportunity to ask mean or very interested questions is standing right in front of me. It's Torsten from Polypoly, and he's going to explain what they're doing, but I just want to make sure you all know he has the colleague with the most interesting hairstyle I have seen so far. Over there, the man with the green hair. Have fun.
Hello. Yeah, my name is Thorsten Dittmer. I'm one of the co-initiators of Polypoly. I have around about 4 decades of experience in computer science, and the last 2 decades I was working as an investor, so I was sitting on their side of the table. And around about 2 years ago, I made the decision to switch the side of the table, because we are trying to solve a very, very complex problem. I would like to work together a little bit with you. Can you please raise your hand? All of you, please. Come on, folks. So, okay, you can lower it if you don't use any social media platform. No Facebook, no LinkedIn, no Xing, no... Okay, so you will keep your hands up while I'm talking. Then you feel how strong it is to protect privacy here. And that's, by the way, painful for both sides, for companies and also for citizens. So the funny thing, what we are trying to do is, you can lower it, it's fine, before somebody get injured. What we are trying to solve is the issue that GDPR is nowadays a cost center, and it's painful for both sides. We want to turn that into a booster, so that privacy here makes your business easier, and also that the job of or let me say, the process for the customer is easier. So that starts with the idea that we want to save around about 85% of the costs for customer data management. And all the companies I saw here are using lots of data. So data is fueling our economy. And there is this sentence about data is like oil. Unfortunately, it is. It is poisoning. And that's something we have to change. So how do we want to do that? We as Europeans, we are using around about 5% of the computing power of our devices. So from your PlayStation to your mobile to your laptop, whatsoever. So that means 95% of the capacity is idling every day. And we are, Polypoly is basically downloading data from all the different platforms. You can, for example, see the Facebook download we just had built, and then allow companies to send algorithms to your device. And it will be computed locally on the device. And instead of paying Amazon or Google or whomever, you're paying your customer for using the unused computing power in the context of the data. So that means we have nowadays in Europe, we are spending around about 500 billion euros every year for our own computer devices. Yeah? And this amount of money is idling every year. And instead of, we are making it able that you use that power as a company, and that also solves the GDPR problem at all, because the process is coming to the data and not the data to the process. Because it is computed locally, you don't have to take care of GDPR problems at all anymore, as long as the computation is done on the end user's device. So, and that makes basically a complete new data economy, because nowadays everything is related on sending the data somewhere. It will be stored on lots of different servers, and instead of all the data will be stored on my device, it will be cleaned up on my devices, and me as a user, I'm the single point of truth. And when you're building software, you can get rid of the GDPR problem, and instead of building a really cool relationship,
consider also the time.
Done. So, that's all.
So my first question is, where do you see a distinct application case in the field of mobility and logistics?
There are several. So, for example, when it comes to location-based data, that's very, very sensible data. And instead of exposing my location all the time to make that things possible, You know, people can send the algorithm to my device, and that turns everything upside down. It makes it cheaper, it makes it more reliable, and there's no legal problem anymore. So you can just embed that into your app, your mobility app, and use all that data which is in there.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, I will still ask a question.
Yeah, of course.
Even though it's maybe not.
Yeah.
I see a big concern regarding safety and breach of laws because there's sensitive data given to other people. So how you make sure that this data is not read or used or sold?
Of course, end of the day, it is a decision of the user if he wants to rent out data or if he wants to sell data or whatsoever. It's not our decision, it's just the decision of the user. But we have to enable him and to empower him to make good decisions in his purpose, not in our. So there are lots of different mechanisms in place, but if you send their algorithm down to the user, only the answer is going back. It is not that the data is going somewhere. So, and if this algorithm is using really sensible data, if this is just making a better calculation, it's not harmful at all for the user, yeah? Because the only thing that's going back to the server of the corporate is the answer they will need. But of course, the user will know upfront what kind of data will be used for that kind of calculation.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you, Torsten. Clap your hands together. Thanks a lot, Polypoly. Alrighty. Next one coming up, we're talking again about traffic, and there are some guys over there in Israel who actually say they can avoid traffic. So whoever is commuting, you won't have a problem anymore if you make their vision happen. Let's see about it. Hello, Dvir.
Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Nice to meet you. We are happy to present our system here. And what I'm going to show you today is a system that already is proving, already working, and already succeed to reduce traffic jams. Can I run this slide? Okay, they're loading it. So today our system is deployed. We're managing more than 150,000 vehicles every day. We succeed to show to many municipalities we can reduce traffic jams. My name is Dvir. Usually I open the presentation with the word that many people here spend less time on traffic jam this week, but we saw that Hamburg don't have a lot of traffic jams like we have, but probably people from other places do. So in 2020, there is a 63 million new vehicles that just joined the existing infrastructure. This is a huge number, and this number is not going anywhere. The existing infrastructure also is limited in how much you can build inside the city. And if we look about average speed, the average speed of horse is 25 kilometers per hour, and the average driving speed in Berlin is 17 kilometers per hour, which means even if you have a wonderful Tesla, thousands of years ago, people would definitely drive faster. So traffic jam is a huge problem. It's costing money, time, and pollution. This is a well-funded problem. It's costing a lot of money to build lanes and bridges, public transportation, congestion fees, but all of these solutions are not enough, not immediate, and super expensive. We are a group of domain experts from the field of computer vision, mathematics, and machine learning, backed by investors from traffic lights company, traffic planning, also VCs, 12 employees, 3 accelerators, and we have a better idea in just a fraction of cost comparing to the alternative. We understand that traffic jam are forming a chain reaction process. It's not happening instantly. The quicker we respond, the more you can reduce. Different gives chain reaction inside an intersection, and I recommend each one of you to go to intersection and see how traffic jam inform. But you will also see that many intersections already have cameras and already have traffic light that could be controlled from remote. Our system connects to this camera. Using computer vision, we generate hundreds of parameters every second, including the speed, the distances, the object behavior, even the change in the speed. These hundreds of parameters give us a lot of information in a matter of machine learning. And here our innovation is coming. We are using this data to detect the traffic pattern accumulation. Once we have 1 month, 2 months of data, we know exactly to detect what will form next after the accumulation process. The ability to understand the pattern and predict it, allowing us to provide a tailor-made traffic plan according to what will happen, and then we send it back to the traffic light for the execution. We succeed mathematically proof on real data that many traffic jams could be prevented if we manage them right before it starts to accumulate, and I will more be happy to explain in our boot about the specific traffic jam we succeed to prevent by half hour before we start to operating well, and we also wrote a patent on this approach. The 5G is allowing companies like us to operate with the zero friction integration, and we know how to on the edge, anytime, anywhere, any architecture. This is example of Namir Einstein. This is the first AI-driven intersection in Israel, which managed not by traffic engineer, by AI, 60,000 vehicles every day, 20% average, and reach a peak of 40% average score by predictive traffic management. Our business model is to be a B2B. We're working with a trusted B2G vendor, which already have the hardware and the sales marketing, and we bring the cloud algorithms and the know-how from the back. Today, we're managing 150. It's increased than the day of the presentation, 71,700 human hours, and it's already proving. So the next time the people here are going to stand in a primitive traffic light and very angry that they don't have the ability to understand, and it's not a data-driven, remember us. We're on our way to help you. Now we're doing it wonderful in Israel and hope soon to come to Europe. Thank you very much for your time. I will be more than happy to answer any questions.
So thanks a lot, perfectly on time. So when you come to Europe here to Germany, what are your planned next steps for the region?
So first of all, for a company like us who are well familiar with the regulation and the things that existed in Israel, we still don't know what will be the process about adjusting the system to the existing regulation, because until today, the only one who have the privilege to replace the traffic light is just traffic engineers who set the policy and set the traffic programs. In Israel, we succeed to do. And now we're learning how we can do this here. And our target in this conference is to reach clients in Europe that are willing to evaluate this technology, willing to test this. We believe that if we will gain the same result we gain in Tel Aviv, in one of the cities in Europe, we can leverage this to enter the market and to expand further. So this is the target from the conference, and also to understand the regulation and how we can adjust.
Thanks a lot.
And for me, same question I asked also before. So is this only based on camera data, or are you also using other type of data for things, for fusion, or did you compare it as well to other solutions based more on mobile data or others?
So first of all, our company core technology is the algorithms of the machine learning in management, not only the computer vision. We're doing it very well, but we can also cooperate with other sources of information. The more information we have, it's better, but the most stable information we receive is using computer vision. But in Tel Aviv, there is also other sensor, and also there is Waze, and also there is a Bluetooth sensor which increase the accuracy of the prediction. But we prefer to rely on stable sources, because many of these sources sometimes are not reliable, sometimes there is not enough consistency of the data which we can generate enough of information. So this is really tailor-made according to the architecture of the client.
All right, is there a question
Thank you very
in the
much.
audience?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, he's going. Thank you. All right, now we talked about traffic. Traffic is often nowadays still connected to emissions, which does have a major impact on air quality. So our next startup is actually talking about how they want to manage air quality. Let's see what that's all about. Let's say hello to Barbara from Hawa Dawa.
Hello. Good afternoon. So we are Hawa Dawa, and we take care of air quality. And I would say nobody would deny that today air quality is important, and air pollution has a proven impact not only on health and mortality, but also on economy and the climate. But unfortunately, the way how we handle it today is very, let's say, mature. You also could call it outdated, because with very high effort and at high costs, we generate very little data. And these little data are simply not appropriate to take good actions. So let's look at Hamburg as an example. The city of Hamburg runs 5 public measurement stations in the whole city. And these stations deliver values for only 2 pollutants. Some time ago, one of the stations reported a high level of pollution which exceeds the legal limit. What did the city do? They closed the road which is next to this station for diesel cars. Good action, because yes, guess what? At this station, the level which is reported declined. Sure, but did it solve the problem for the city? No, because the cars are still there. They just took another route. So recall what Peter Drucker said. You only can manage what you measure. And this is exactly our approach. With state-of-the-art technology, we create an area-wide insight of the air pollution, air quality situation in the city. And state-of-the-art technology includes our own, let's say, IoT measurement network, which is very cost-efficient, artificial intelligence supported. And with that, we can create real insights. And with this, let's say, comprehensive set of data, you really can manage. You really can establish an eco-sensitive traffic management system. You really can work on a meaningful Verkehrswende. I don't know the English expression for that. I'm not sure whether there is one. Is there one?
Maybe transition in mobility?
Transition in mobility in terms of ecology. So you need this kind of data, otherwise you will not succeed. And that's why we are here at ITS in Hamburg to ask the cities, to ask the traffic management providers, are you still measuring or already managing? Thank you.
Yeah, Barbara, thanks a lot. Maybe the first question from my side, where is your funny name from? Not Barbara, I mean Hawa Dawa.
Pardon me?
Where is your name from, the company name?
It was on the very first slide. Hawa Dawa has really some meaning, I think, in more than 8, 9 worldwide spoken languages like Hindu, Pashto, Arabic languages. Hawa stands for air and Dawa stands for health. So it has a meaning, and really a great portion of the global population understands what we are doing, but not the German, not the English one.
Okay. So good karma in every case.
Okay.
I mean, so who are your current customers? So is it more the cities or road operators?
We work a lot with cities. Of course, more and more, we see more and more tenders which are asking for this kind of data. And on the one hand, we have the cities, but also we are partnering with traffic management providers. They integrate our data in having more meaningful routes and so on.
Yeah, just connecting to this question, I can see that actually quite a lot of portion of industries will actually try to not get it out in the world because it's against their industry and everything. So how are you gonna prepare for this?
I didn't get your first part of the question.
I mean, if you sell your product, for example, to India or China, where all of the production of the world gets, of course, it's got to say air pollution is too much. So how are you going to prepare for this step? Because there are going to be companies who say, we don't want to have this system out in the street because it's going to alarm the people.
Yeah. I think you can handle a problem of air pollution in 3 steps. Of course, you should avoid it where it's possible. That's not possible, you should reduce it. Maybe you can integrate filters in this kind of industries. And even where it's not possible to reduce it, you at least can protect the population.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
It's nice to see a woman back on stage. Thanks, Barbara. All right, guys, the next startup is coming up, and I don't know how it is with you, but everybody keeps talking about AI, and everybody else keeps talking about digital twins. It's a big buzzword. This next startup is actually trying to make sense of it, and let's see what they actually do with digital twins and what that all is about. Let's say hello to Fabienne from MOTIONTAG.
Hi everyone, thanks a lot for being here. We are MOTIONTAG. I'm Fabien Sautier, COO of MOTIONTAG. Today my topic is about rewarding green mobility and how do we make this actually a sustainable business going forward. The big challenge today in mobility and sustainability is that people are well aware of the challenges that we have in front of us. People know that in the next 10 to 20 years we need to reduce CO2, but we lack the immediate benefits of it. We don't know exactly how our today consumption will actually really affect the future. At MOTIONTAG, we have the solution to this in 3 easy steps. The first one is we help our clients take data-driven decisions on how to improve transportation systems, but we also influence behaviors of travelers through digital products that we provide to our clients, and ultimately increase user retention in applications of our clients. This is how it works. Our application is called MOBAG. It's a solution that can be integrated inside an existing application or actually provided as a white label. People simply download it or access it inside an existing application and then ultimately generate climate coins completely automatically with our technology that understands how, when, and why people travel from A to B and what's the CO2 that is being generated through this trip. Those coins can then be actually redeemed inside the marketplace that's already inside the application. We've launched this in partnership with the Deutsche Bahn already last year in the city of Münster. And we have really great KPIs coming from it. It was installed by more than 1% of the total population in that area. And people traveled more than 5.5 million kilometers with our application, generating a lot of data for decision makers. We've saved 290 tons of CO2 and planted also trees through different features that we have integrated inside the application. And overall, users, partners really love it. You can see it inside the ratings that are behind me. User retention is really, really high, so people really like the application and using it over and over again. And we have more than 40 partners today inside the application. We provide insights for city planners. Here you can see different types of analysis that are being done. But also we can look at stations. In this case, the Deutsche Bahn station and service is interested in how people get to the train station with what modes of transport and what is, for example, origins of those trips that are finished there. We also provide insights on how people are affected by COVID, for example, on the data that's being aggregated. So the benefits for MOBAG are for sustainable travelers, smart cities, but also mobility service providers. We're MOTIONTAG. Thank you a lot for your attention, and yeah, happy to get some questions.
So thanks a lot. How do you measure a change in behavior, or is it possible to do that?
Yeah, so we've done that in several projects. Actually, the main topic that we did with the Swiss Federal Railway, which is one of our clients, is measuring the impact of mobility as a service on CO2, on intermodal behaviors. And this can be also done inside such a product by, for example, analyzing before, so when we don't use certain features, and then what we do when people are using the application. We also work with market researchers. So today, some of our clients are top market researchers in Germany, like Infas, who is responsible for mobility in Germany, which is the biggest market research done in Germany for mobility behaviors. And we can then actually look at how are the people that are traveling with the application are basically in comparison with normal travelers, and how is improving day by day or week by week.
Thank you.
So it's a SaaS model and also an end-user app. So I can download it and get rated about my green coin.
Exactly.
So are you going to sell my data? Because I think a lot of companies would love to have my data to see if I'm a good person or bad, if I would be perfect to buy that car or travel train.
Yeah, we don't sell individual data. That's definitely not something that we do.
But you give insights, just if they pay. If they pay and they have their customer base, but not from other insights.
No, it's only mobility insights that we're giving. Of course, for the partners that are part of the offering that accepts those green tokens, for them it's a placement. So they understand who their people on the other side are in terms of generally people are attracted to sustainability, which is in that sense very interesting for them. But all data that's being then given to, for example, cities or transport operator is completely anonymized and concern only mobility behaviors and not individual users.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Fabienne. Hands up.
Thank you very much.
Would have been interesting to see your reaction once he said, yes, we're going to sell all the information, right? All right, guys, one last pitch for this session is coming up. I hope the jury is still awake and very eager to listen to another pitch, and this one I'm very excited about as well, because they're actually coming from Hamburg, and they're doing something in mobility, so to say, but especially focusing on a sustainable approach. Let's say hello to recyclehero and Alessandro.
Yeah, hi, I'm Alessandro from recyclehero, the world's first cargo bike pickup service for recyclable waste. First of all, I want to show you a photo of our balcony 3 years ago. And yeah, when we realized there are way too often heaps of recyclables and refundable bottles, waste paper, waste glass, because there's no pickup service for this kind of waste. And so we ask friends if they have the same challenge, and we also ask restaurants, shops, offices, and many of them have the same challenges, that there's no pickup service that is appropriate for them. So we thought, okay, that might be a good idea to start a service like this. So we had already some clients with restaurants and co. So then we walked to the environmental authority and asked them, can we just pick up this waste? And they say, yeah, that's actually a brilliant idea, because we need a pickup service like this, because they need to achieve recycling quotas up to 90% in 2022. So approved. So next we thought, okay, we need riders, workers. So we thought it might be a good idea to hire refugees and unemployed people as riders. So we talked to people who support exactly these people to get back into workforce. And they said, hey, that's exactly the perfect job for our people. So we figured out it's exactly the ideal concept to combine all these three challenges to have a pickup service for recyclable waste and engage exactly those peoples. Okay, how does it work? Very easy. You order your pickup online as a subscription or on demand. So our riders pick it up with our cargo bikes at your door and dispose it at the recycling bins or the recycling yard. So how do we earn money? We pay a small amount of starting from €8 for waste glass or €12 from waste paper. And the refundables we pick up for free, since we, from the revenues, we fund our own social project that's called Straßensuppe, where we deliver food to homeless people. And we also pick up old clothes, and from the revenues of the selling to second-hand shops and also upcycling projects, we fund the pickups. So basically, we we focus on 5 missions. Urban convenience, like all the delivery services, since we tackle a problem. Climate-friendly transportation, since we only use cargo bikes. Supporting disadvantaged people, and of course also increasing the recycling quota. That's recyclehero. Thank you very much.
So thanks a lot for your speech. My first question is, what do you exactly have created by your own? For instance, the back-end system to book the tours, did you design the bikes and so on?
Actually, the bikes we buy here in Hamburg, they designed and built here in Hamburg. The tool, at the moment, we use like a mix of different tools, and we build an own IT core at the moment, where we want to implement also an ideal routing optimization algorithm, but that's on the way at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, first of all, nice idea. Just recently somebody asked me if I know a company who can pick up glasses and trash from their home because it was too far out. Well, I have a question is, do you cooperate with the city? Because I was living in Denmark for 6 years, and there the community was actually paying companies like yours because you're doing work for the city, where the city can't do it or it makes no sense. Are you planning to do so?
Well, we are not a typical kind of disposal company, so we just we help the people to get this to the recycling bin. To get in this role, it's way more complicated. So you have to be approved and certified and on. But we maybe eventually we will do this to pick up other waste, like electronic waste, for example. But at the moment, we are very lean startup.
All right. Thank you and good luck.
We have 2 questions from the audience.
Hi, Frank Daams, Artico. I'm very thrilled by this because it's an example of a market introduction innovation, and it has nothing to do with technology. It's easy to organize, and you create a fantastic business. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No question here, but maybe here.
How big is the operation now?
At the moment, in terms of the team, we have 5 riders, and we have 6 to 7 people in our offices, and we reach almost 350 customers now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Alessandro, and thanks for the pitch.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please note the following.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to repeat, right? It's over now, actually, for you guys to vote, right? That have been 9 pitches from different countries, very different mobility approaches, and the jury is still assessing, is still calculating maybe. And I just want to ask, how was it for you? Was there a real wow factor in it, or was it all like, yeah, I've heard of it before? What was interesting for you? Tell me.
I have to say, especially the contributor from Israel seemed to be mind-blowing for me. I think it was, I impressed it as a 40-minute speech compressed to 3 minutes.
So the pitch was good.
Yeah.
Was the idea good as well?
Yeah, the idea was great, I think, on the one hand, but I'm not sure whether I got everything. And also, I think, funny and very compressed.
Okay, good. All right. Additions?
Yeah, no, for me, I liked very much indeed the last one as well. So I think it's really an innovative idea and quite simple to implement. So it's really and very nicely presented, I agree. And I also like, I think the presentation from Hawa Dawa is, I mean, all the solutions, of course, extremely interesting as well to have this, yeah, for road operators and cities, I see a strong potential there as well.
Okay. And one last comment to it, come on.
Yeah, it was exciting to see some great ideas which are much more developed than just in the beginning, and to see the critical stage. And yeah, it was nice to be here. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, you 3. And maybe for the audience, what's going to happen now? Those 3 are actually going to vote for what was the most interesting, the most promising pitch and idea they have seen. That pitch is not directly going to win something. No, it wins another spot in the next pitching session, actually. It's kind of a knockout, right? We're playing. So whoever won has the chance to come back to that stage. Tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m., we will have the winners out of 4 pitch sessions. And there we will have a winner who will be winning a very promising prize. But I'm looking right now to Simon. Simon, do we have a winner? Thumbs up.
We do not only have 1, we have 2, because 2 with the same points.
Wow, how are you going to handle that?
I don't know. I think 2 pitch slots on. Yeah, so both will pitch on Thursday again, and then we shift the final decision to Thursday.
All right, tell us who is actually going to come back to the stage.
Yeah, we will hear again Hawa Dawa and recyclehero.
Wow. Come on back up, both of you. Alessandro. And where's Hawa Dawa? Nobody there anymore. Well,
hopefully. Barbara? She did not disappear,
I don't see her anymore. Anyways, you'll be back. Do you have a second pitch deck prepared for Thursday?
Of course not.
Okay, let's see what he's going to do and what the jury is going to do on Thursday. Thursday means tomorrow, and I have one more addition to that. You have seen quite a few very cool ideas. It's not just cool ideas, it's also cool people. And all those people will be back to actually celebrate, to dance with all of you, and that will be our startup party. Tomorrow evening in the Mojo Club, 7 p.m. You can sign up, and you have probably seen all of those lying around here. Just scan the QR code, it's free entrance, and we would love to share some drinks with you and some very good time to end this ITS. Thanks a lot, and I hope to see some of you back at 5 p.m. for the next pitching sessions. Till then, have fun.